Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live session on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. My name is Sandra Bichl, and I'm representing Career Angels today. What I'll be sharing with you today is how to find hidden job ad gems and how to apply to them. Now, you might wonder, what is a hidden job ad gems? Why are you guys doing that even? So, let me give you a quick introduction. The initiative that is behind the hidden job market is an initiative by Career Angels that we're doing for our community completely free of charge. We do not receive any remuneration for it, and we are not in any way connected to any of the mentioned companies. Looking for a job, as most of you know, means a lot of effort, and finding good job ads to apply to takes time. One, it takes time to find them. On the other hand, it takes time to then apply to them. Make sure you know how to apply through applicant tracking system, LinkedIn Easy Apply, or by email. So, in order to support our community of experienced managers and executives, we go through several platforms, including LinkedIn, but also website of executive search consultants, to find the best hidden job ad gems. And I'd like to show you today how to find those hidden job ad gems. So what kind of details to pay attention to on the one hand. And once you find them, I'll show you how to apply to them through one of the options that are available. So let's have a look. So a hidden job ad gem is basically that those are the best offers that we're able to find. So it's a curated list of offers. They're difficult to be found, so it takes a lot of time to actually find them. They are targeted at senior international candidates and they are in English. We publish them in our group, Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe, but more about that later, how to access it. So, how do you spot job ad gems? There are a couple of categories. For example, category only English. You will see that a lot of job ads that in theory are targeted or are part of global roles, international roles, group level roles, if they're based usually, especially in German speaking countries, in France, they do require knowing the local language. So a job ad gem, especially for international candidates, experienced candidates with an international profile, a gem is to find those where the local language, knowing the local language is not necessary. So, for example, here RHG, so the Radisson Hotel Group, is looking for Senior Director Marketing and Communication for EMEA, based in Brussels. And here only being fluent in English is required. Any other European language will be highly valued, but it's English that here is the lead language. So when going through, if you yourself have an international profile, going through job ads, pay attention to the required language skills. Then another option is to also pay attention to the job ads that are not so popular, meaning there are not that many applicants. And as you can see here, TopTal looking for VP of Product Management. In 4 days, there are actually 0 applicants. So that's also one thing. That means you don't have that much competition, which is good. No competition, higher chances of being at least seen by the lead recruiters. Another option for those who have an MBA degree. Admittedly, not all companies know how to appreciate an MBA degree. So for those who do have an MBA, it usually means that companies where job ads include information about an MBA, that means they're usually willing to pay a little bit extra. So pay attention to whether MBA is mentioned. In that case, Lenovo is looking for a product management director based in France. 18 applicants, it's also not that many. So here, your co-competitors, there are not that many co-competitors. And they do say bachelor degree is a minimum, but MBA is preferred or equivalent. That is also one of the things that you might realize going through job ads over the last more or less half year. Over the last half year, you will see that more and more companies have become more open when it comes to the education level. Very often you'll see or equivalent relevant experience. They've gone down from master to bachelor or relevant work experience. So that's also interesting, an interesting change. Here I have a question. Are there any opportunity related to IT project management, product management, Scrum Master, minimum 14 years of IT experience? Yes, there are lots and lots and lots of job ads around these opportunities, especially with project management in IT, around IT. I checked the other day for project management in the DACH region, if I remember now correctly, 7 to 10,000 job ads on LinkedIn. So there's definitely opportunities there. Okay. Then another job ad gem are companies that are scale-ups. Here, for example, Back Market is looking for a head of buyback program. And sometimes no names, if you're not really familiar with a certain job ad, that's with a certain company mentioned a job ad, that's okay. You can, if you're not familiar with the name, read the job ad anyway, click on it, because you might discover a potential unicorn, a private equity funded startup, or scale up. Scale ups are potential career boosters on the one hand. On the other hand, they sometimes are much more open. Well, not sometimes, they're much more open and sometimes actually want people who have had their own businesses, who have failed in their own startups or in other startups. So that is on the one hand a potential career booster, but it also is a way for non-typical career paths to find an next job opportunity. Here, for example, Back Market is undergoing meteoric growth and has raised over 884 million euro already. We have the objective of reaching 1,000 back makers or saboteurs by the end of 2022. So very ambitious and potential for a great career boost. Okay. Now, once you join the hidden job market, you will see that we also have dedicated remote edition for those experienced managers and executives who want to remain remote. Another thing that you will realize is that we also have special editions, usually with partners. We have partnered up with the applicant tracking system Elements that I can highly recommend. We are actually using it ourselves here at Career Angels, where they help us produce a dedicated Polish edition because a big part of our community is based in Poland. So the Polish edition has a dedicated format for our Polish executives. So those are board level roles. And then once a month, we also have a special edition with our partner ShareHire for also the Polish market. If at any point one of you has already been brave, if at any point you have comments or questions, please feel free to use the comment section. Okay. Now, once you go through, usually takes an hour or two to really find the best job ads available. Also, one of the reasons why job ads are not easily found is because sometimes they're posted in a different location than they're relevant for. So once you find those job ads, how do you actually apply to them? And there are a couple of ways to do that. One of them is the apply button on LinkedIn that then takes you to an applicant tracking system. Here you see an example where in the link you have the indication of what kind of applicant tracking system is used in the background. Now, what you need to know about applicant tracking system, it's basically a candidate management system. And some of those candidate management systems has an algorithm that ranks candidates. And some of these rankings are based on the keywords that are used in your CV compared to the job description itself. Now, why is that important? 99% of Fortune 500 companies use applicant tracking systems. 60 to 70% of job ads for experienced managers and executives go through applicant tracking systems, and 75% of CVs are never seen by human eyes, by recruiters. So they are rejected by the ATS system, usually either because they were not able to read your CV, so either it's a matter of legibility or missing keywords. Now, 60 to 70% of job ads for executives go through applicant tracking system. That is one part of the statistics. The other thing that is worth mentioning at this point is that 25% of executives nowadays find jobs through job ads. That is really a lot because 6 years ago, that percentage was 0. Okay, so I've already mentioned that. So on the one hand, when every time you upload your CV somewhere, you need to pay attention to two things. One is the formatting and the other one is the keywords. You'll also, the moment you're a little bit more of an active job seeker, you will see that there are so many different applicant tracking systems. Now, what you need to remember is that every applicant tracking system, every software is programmed differently, has different features and different capabilities. There are ATS systems out there that are not able to read information that is included in headers, footers, text boxes, etc. And then there are some that are really advanced and can extract any kind of information, are able to extract information from literally any kind of format. So the discrepancies are very, very big. So when it comes to the formatting part, I recommend that you download our applicant tracking system guide from our blog that walks you through how to adapt your CV from a formatting perspective to the various ATS currently available. I predict that candidates will currently need that probably for another 2 to 3 years until all of the different technologies catch up with each other. So candidates don't have to do that extra effort of reformatting the CV. On the other hand, it takes about 2-3 hours to make sure that your CV that you're about to upload to a system is compliant with the vast majority of ATS. Okay. Now, once you have the right format, you need to make sure that you fit the keywords. Let me show you exactly what that means. So what you can see here is a process to go from a 26% match rate to an 85% match rate. What does that mean? We're using here the software JobScan, where you see on the very left a comparison between a CV and a job description that our client wants to apply to. Now, had a real recruiter, a human being, seen that CV on the very left and compared it with the job description, they would have said, this is an amazing candidate. I would like to interview them. Because a human being can interpret information on the screen. On the other hand, a software will do an exact keyword match. And based on that keyword match, the software says, 26% match, don't interview, not worth your time, dear human. Then the second CV where you have the 52% match, you see the highlights in yellow. We added about 6 lines in yellow. All of a sudden, we go from 26 to 52% match. Then there are another 5 lines in red, 77%. And another little details of 5 green spots here and there, 85% match. Now, what's important to understand, and to a certain extent, I'd say this is pretty frustrating because the competencies of the candidate have not changed. The experience of the candidate has not changed. The only thing that has changed is to make sure that the keywords, that we have exact keyword matches between CV and the job description. To give you an example, if the job description says merger and acquisition and your CV says M&A, they will not see that this is an exact keyword match. A human being, a recruiter, would have identified that but the software is as smart and advanced as it was programmed and given capabilities. So it is a relatively easy way of understanding. It's simple, but it's time consuming. But at least you know how to really, let's say, hack the ATS, make sure you have the keywords. Don't also overdo it. The goal is not to get to 100%. The goal is to have a job fit match of 70% as a minimum. And that usually increases the chance of getting invited to an interview. So if at that point you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm happy to share. Okay, now how do you get to those job ad gems? Request to join a group, Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe, and you will see that our community is indeed a community of experienced managers and executives based in Europe with minimum 10 years of experience. There you will see that my colleague Anna posts, usually on Monday, late afternoon, early evening, a summary of the freshest job ads that our team has been able to find, which also means freshest, most recent means that job ads are never older than 6-7 days. So it's really from Monday to Monday. In other words, if you are actively looking for a job, scroll back 2-3 weeks and check if there are job ads that are relevant to you. Now, also to save time and from a user experience perspective, all job ads are divided by function, so you can right jump to the section that is relevant to you. Okay, if you are proactively looking for a job or also maybe just thinking about it, I recommend you check out our website through which you can then book a free career consultation of 20 to 30 minutes. You can ask anything around career management, job search, and you can also request a free CV report, meaning if you want to understand how strong your document is in comparison to other candidates that you're competing with, send us your document. Our team will have a look at it. And because we're talking today about the applicant tracking system, we also have a dedicated applicant tracking system report, CV report for our community. And we prepare, just in case I'll mention it, one per person. So feel free, you'll see that in the comments how to request that free ATS report for your CV. Okay, now I'm close to wrapping up. So if you have any questions, post them now. If you think of what we're doing is valuable and you like our know-how and tips, you can buy us a virtual coffee or follow our content. You have to hack applicant tracking systems, LinkedIn algorithms, etc. We have to do that too. So we've put together a list of things that you can do, especially when it comes to follow our content, subscribe to a YouTube channel, for example, follow our company page on LinkedIn. So that brings me to the end, actually. Thank you so much for joining. Happy applying, happy effective applying. If at any point you have any questions, please do reach out. We're more than happy to help. Have a good Wednesday and see you next time.